So now we just need to talk about some other aspects with regards to publishing these terrains that we're creating, dealing with sort of the visualization and dealing with legacy data as well. So when we're publishing terrains, we're typically going to be exporting to a legacy product, be it MX Geopacking Roads or to Land XML, or to other drawing formats. And also, we're probably going to need to clip those terrains for some sort of visualization purpose. So exporting to legacy and other drawing formats, well, how do we deal with that? Well, we select the terrain, and from that active surface we have the ability to pick the native file formats that we support as a direct export and just publish to those file formats for that terrain itself. The graphics that we're working with here are the microstation elements, so they're honoured in the DGN. So if we're going back to older versions, preserve the graphic and lock the terrain, and as we save to an older version of a DGN, those graphics are preserved. When we're publishing to a DWG, we currently recommend to save as DGN and drop the terrain object, leaving the graphics before you publish out to a DWG. So basically, just to reiterate, take a copy of that DGN, save it as a native microstation entity and drop it. And then the graphics are left that you can then save to the DWG. So finally, I just want to touch on some raster imagery again. We've already looked at attaching raster imagery, but we want to deal with some clipped terrains here and get design time visualization is what we're really after here.
So of course, if we want to look at this as a rendered view, we can switch it over into a smooth mode, and we kind of know what's going to happen. Where we go from cut to fill, we dip under the ground, we lose our design, and it really doesn't sort of look that great from a rendered view mode. So let's just look at how we can improve that from a quick visualization perspective. And what I'm going to do here for this is I'm just going to override the symbology and get rid of the triangles here. I've already got some raster imagery attached, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a local copy. I could do it in an external file, but in this instance I'm going to pick the terrain model and create myself a clipped terrain. I'm going to create it with the existing the existing triangles mode. So I'm ready set up for raster draping if I've already got those attached, and I'm just going to clip in the main corridor just to make sure things are looking good, reset and accept this through. So what we can see now is that actually we're clipping into the terrain and creating this dynamic clip. Now a clip terrain model is dynamic. If the model updates, if the corridor updates, the clipping will update. Now the beauty of this is the fact that if I clear the selection, if I wanted to have a look at it with raster imagery that I've got attached, I can just go and enable that in the active view, and I'm now clipping directly into a raster draped imagery. So I've actually got sort of a reasonable rendition, and obviously there's other things that I might want to go and add into this. So you can see here we've got the other end of the corridor, I've got the civil cells, side roads coming in. So I'm not finished necessarily here. I can go and continue to work on this and evolve this clipped terrain by adding into it and adding features. So I'm just going to select into the terrain model, and again I'm just going to go and pick another corridor object that I want to add into and accept that. And so now the second corridor has been added in as clipped, and obviously we can go and continue to add into that and evolve the design as it goes along. So we get ready visualization as we're running through the design process and continue to evolve and improve on the visualization that we're producing.
So again, really with that, with regards to getting that design time visualization, it comes back to realistically adding that DC drape material back into your element templates. Then you just get the benefit of being able to do that and turn on the imagery. But the clipped terrain gives you the ability to work with corridors, work with civil cells and other objects, and create that quick rendered view mode where you're clipping out and working against your existing design. Hopefully you found something in this presentation of use. Thank you for your time.